What's up, friend? Jared Havland here. Thank you for coming and checking out the Open Edition commentary clips. Hey, if you've enjoyed this video, if you've resonated with anything on the channel, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more content. We really appreciate it. It's all because of you, for you, and hey, we want to stay connected. So go ahead, leave a comment where you're at, what your name is, what you enjoy. Also, if you want to follow and stay connected with more work from me, go ahead in the description below, check out my Substack, and follow me on Instagram, and we will see you on the other side. You know that you and I have filmed one of these conversations at least once a year for like the last 4 or 5 years.
It's awesome, dude. I enjoy it.
I feel like, because I just went back on my channel, and you were the first conversation on my YouTube, like my full conversation that we posted. And that was like over a year ago. And then, shoot, we did a couple at the Ponderosa. It was about like one every year, like a full conversation.
Yeah.
So it's good.
I need to rewatch that first one just to see, like, I would love to watch it. I'm just curious, you know.
Bro, we've come so far.
Yeah.
See if you can twist the mic up.
Oh, dang.
See if
there we go. Let me switch it over.
You gotta hide Poppy away for a while. You gotta get that top button and there you go.
There we go.
Not on the chain either. You hear some conversations, people on the chain. Just...
Oh man, yeah, my blink's not that blinging, but you know, we'll get there.
I appreciate you coming through.
Yeah, man.
And then a lot of the kind of ideas and questions and things you got me engaged in thinking about this podcast, or this this conversation. I don't want to call them podcasts. They're conversations.
Yeah, yeah.
But like a lot of the thinking around what came up in our last conversation was like, it was really intentional around some things that are really relevant to what I got going on that are perfectly suited for, you know, your expertise, like what you do.
For sure.
And that's, you know, the thing I sent you the other night, right? Like those few little pieces.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you took the time to kind of explore those lines of thinking yourself. And then I'm just stoked to see what popped out for you.
Yeah, definitely excited to share. Do we need to do introductions just in case people don't know who he
No,
is?
we'll never do introductions. No, not ever. This is the anti.
This is
the anti-introduction conversation.
I have to do it. I have to because I'm an introduction guy, anyways. Just for the for the clip farming.
That's like that's like the new rule, bro. You can't.
Right.
Are you clip farm? I don't even know what that is. We don't do that.
Trust me. We're trying to stick with the
we're trying to follow real life, which is like, oh, you happen to stumble and click on this video. Welcome to the conversation we're already having, kind of thing.
Oh yeah, but they need to know who they're talking to. I mean, they might stumble upon it, but they can't attach the name to the face. And so, if you're watching this, my name is Kiva Geiger, author, speaker, life coach. I have the pleasure of speaking with Jared. He's brought me into his humble abode. This is now
my world
conversation. We were just kind of rehearsing about how many conversations we had over the year. We're on like 4 or 5 at this point now? Just like doing these one-on-ones, just talking about mindset, creativity, artwork.
4 or 5. 4 or 5.
So
probably 4 or 5.
So if there's an episode, this is now episode 4 or 5 with Jared and Kiva. So.
Oh, just the Jared and Kiva, yeah, just 4 or 5 with us. On the channel, this is not. There's been a bunch of. There's been a bunch so far, which is fun.
This is the Freedom America Special Edition, if anything.
250, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Tomorrow's 4th of July, so this is Freedom 250.
Yeah, but no, just jumping into it, man. I appreciate like us kind of talking about this because this has been a big thing for me a lot. I think in what I do and just my perspective on it is just we have a lot of things that are always coming within our own experience, and so when a lot of things are coming in our experience, there might be some things that we don't really need, some things that we just like, wow, how'd that happen? And like, this is exactly what I need and what's going on in my life. And so one of the successes that I've had a lot, and, you know, I've seen you kind of really run with it in your own way, is just the thinking around curiosity, like being curious of something to a point of like so curious about the details, how the makeup is, like I appreciate that about you because you go really in depth. Like we were just talking about like like colors when you choose the colors,
Yeah.
the shapes and designs, and so it's like, someone could be like this many steps ahead, but when you and I have conversations, I always find you to be like 5 steps ahead in the process, and I really, to me, it makes me appreciate the value that you put into what you do. It's not like you pop up, pour a cup of coffee, and just pop out here, and you just do your thing. It's just like, no, there's a system and a process, and that was actually really helpful for me. Us kind of like talking a little bit about that before, because it helps me understand a lot more of like what really works well for you and why it works well for you, and it's because you have a process, and it's because you're open to that and that structure versus just versus like something else that wouldn't work, right? You figured out what works for you, which is awesome. But I think kind of going to that curiosity is, the question that always comes into mind. And it is a sales question a lot of times that I use in conversations, but it is also a realistic question to getting deeper into the curiosity of people. And it's just like, are you open? Right.
Yeah.
I remember, when we were talking about certain things, it's like, that would be the way to get access to the subconscious, to get a real decision.
Yeah.
But I'm curious for you, like when you think about, your curiosity and your openness, like how has that served you in a way? And then what has that protected you from? I think also just.
Ooh, that is brilliant. How has it served me and what has it protected me from? Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, that's your specialty right there, dude. That's like paradox in nature. It's like, because both things are equal at the same time.
Yeah.
Like there is something that's serving me, but there's also something that's protecting me from. I would say for me, and this is a common theme, we'll start with the bad news, which is like, I can dive too far into something too quick at times where I become distracted from the priority thing I need to do.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I can follow, but it's also an emotional thing, right? Like interest sparks emotion, and an emotion of excitement. And you're like, oh, and just like first love, you're blind. You know what I'm saying? And like, Shorty's got 5 other boyfriends, you're blind to too, right? But like, you're just enamored, you're in love, and like, oh, I can't think of anything else. Like, oh, I'm late to my job. Like everything bad is happening in the back, but you're like, it's all good. You know what I mean? So like, it can be like that where I'm just, something is so captivated my openness and my curiosity, and not everything that's presented itself to me is for me. So like, I've had to learn how to temper my excitement around things that are like really, yeah, I'm curious to them. I'm really into it, because like I could make a lifetime study of things that like I'm curious about, but it's like, is that my mission? You know what I mean? I think most common, just a quick side note to kind of touch on this point before I move over to the good news. Most common, and we notice this about some of the neighbors around here, is like their life business isn't the thing that they're focused on. Like people get so into the political, so into these things, so into conspiracy theories, whether what side of the aisle you're on, it doesn't matter, but like they get so into it where it's like, but is this your mission? Is this your thing in life you're doing? Or is it just something that's captivated your emotion to the point where it's distracting you from so many things? And I think that's a level of maturity I've had to like notice about myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm really big into like theology and history and archaeology stuff. Like I could sit here and a lot of times there is just a podcast going about ancient structures or civilizations or something, and like before you know it, I'm nerded out and I'm not even working, and I'm just like, yeah, man. It's like, okay, dude.
That was me last night at like
Temper.
11 p.m. watching about the ancient Sumerians. And,
yeah, dude.
Like I love that
It
stuff.
could go forever. It's cool because people are naturally explorers.
For sure.
Men really are explorers, really. Like, and so there's so much left to explore. There's always something new to explore, but is this aligning with what my mission is in life? Is it hindering me? Is it distracting me? So that would be like the negative aspect, is I can get really lost in the sauce, and I need to reel myself back in and be like, focus, this is mission over here. And so the positive, just touch on it again so I can spark the positive, because I got really deep into the negative. The positive was, you asked the question, ask the question again. What's the thing it's distracting me from, and then what's the thing it's doing for me?
Protecting you from. So it's like in the concept of when we make a decision around something, right? It's what we're focused on, like being open and being curious. I think actually a good segue point is how you mentioned about like the distractions of other things. Like that can definitely take away from your curiosity. That can definitely take away from your focus, for sure. But whatever we commit our time to, that's what we commit our time to, and that's what we say yes to. And so then that's where the curiosity and the focus becomes like the focal point.
Yeah.
Not something on an external influence, right? But just like, it could be anything in your day-to-day life that's really important to you, that you decide to invest in your energy into. That's very, obviously there'll be positives and negatives, right? However you view it, but how can you take that experience of something you're focusing on and then see that it's actually doing something good for you, like protecting you from your energy being somewhere else, or spending it with something or someone that doesn't, deserve your time and your energy, right? Because I think we run into that the older we get, like our friend groups get smaller and smaller and smaller, and we understand, obviously, as we get older, time is just, it seems to be going faster in a way. And so with that in our face and being aware of it, and then having the ability to make a decision and choose something completely different, I think what has been admirable in my experience is to see how you're laser focused and you're still open to being curious, to open to new things, but you're not open to everything.